Namaste everyone, thank you very much for joining me in the fourth tutorial of Angular crash course, basic to advanced. And in this one, we'll talk about user interaction. So how can we interact with the front end we have developed through Angular? That is what we'll be covering in this video. So what I have done is I've removed everything, whatever was there in the app.component.html file. And now there are only 4 lines of code, as you can see, which is present here in the file. Right, let me just delete the test component which I created in the previous lecture, right, because we do not require it anymore. And as you can see here, the moment I deleted it, I'm getting an error now which says fail to compile. And why it is not able to compile the project? It's because there is a test component present here in this app.module.ts file, which I have to remove because it doesn't exist anymore in my project. So I have to remove it from both the places, and after doing that I can save the changes, and here the app is again up on my local host. It is not showing me any error. Okay, let's now come here on the HTML file. So from this TS module, we are getting the value of this name, and we are pulling it here on the HTML using these curly brackets. Right, and that is how I'm getting Gaurav crash course over here on the front end. Right, you have to show today's date on the front end. How you can do it? So there is a function in JavaScript which is date, which can be used for pulling the system's date and time. Now the date is going to come here in the variable name today, and we can simply use paragraph tags for showing the date to the user on the front end. Right, now let's see. So here, as you can see, the date and time is visible to us on the front end. So let's now see how can we do the opposite of it. So if we have to pass anything from HTML to the TypeScript file, so one of the ways we can do it is by using a button. So button, and here I am writing click me. So as you can see, a nice button has got created on the front end. And let me now use the click property here. So I'm going to pass a function's name to this property, and let's say the name of the function is button clicked. Right, so whenever the button is clicked, I want something to happen. So for that, I can come here on app.component.ts, and here I can define the functionality of that function. So button clicked is the name of the function, as you guys know, and because it is a function, I need to write function here, then function parenthesis will come, and inside these curly brackets, let's write something which we can see on the console. Gaurav Kumar Jain crash course. So here, as you can see, the message which I wrote on HTML is getting reflected in the console. Let's link this button with an event. So I'm writing here event, and then I have to come here on the component.ts file. I'm removing all these things which I've written here inside console log. Let's get rid of this function also. And here we are going to make it an arrow function now. Okay, then here we can write something like EVT, in which the mouse's event click value will come and get saved. Right, now how can we use it? We can simply write here EVT inside the log, and let's save the changes. So it is showing us an error which says EVT implicitly has an any type. So how can we get rid of it? We can simply type here any, like. Okay, so it has compiled successfully. Let's go back on the front end and check out the output. So if I click here on the button, I'm getting some values here, right? So these are the button clicked event related values, right, that you can use for controlling the front end through the mouse click. Let's go back to the coding section, and here let's declare a variable. So let's have a variable with name counter. Okay, so I want that whenever the user clicks the button, the value of counter variable should increase by 1. So for doing that, we can simply call the variable here like this. Okay, and we can write here plus plus, right? And I want to see the value of counter variable on the front end. So for doing that, we can use JavaScript. Simply write here h1, and then we can call the variable here by writing its name counter. Back on the front end, let's see whether we'll be able to get the output or not. So yeah, as you can see, the value of counter variable is increasing, right? So this is how you can interact with the front end. Thank you very much for joining me in this lecture. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you in the fourth lecture now. Thank you very much. Bye bye, take care, and have a great day ahead.